Is the last drop, is this like right by the bridge here, or is the bridge like if he's waiting on the bridge, did she jump from the bridge into the last drop, or is there like an outcropping somewhere on like a cliff that they do it, or
No, she dropped from this bridge here. There are spots where it's safe to do so into the
okay,
water, but most will obviously, if they're sacrificing themselves, will do it from a higher spot like here. It definitely is easier to jump from that lower location. It's where you could land safely rather than climb because this is a pretty treacherous incline here.
okay. So if we want to go down there, if we want to go in, then we should go to that lower location and then jump in probably.
Correct. Yes, she was able to land in the water just fine, and she was okay from that spot. Obviously, you don't want to jump from where the people sacrifice themselves, but other than that, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, well, if I know if I can see where the spot is, we would go to it.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree to the the deal the guy had if he wants to pay us instead of her. I mean, we're doing it to help, but if we get some coin along the way, I'm not gonna turn my nose up at that.
Well, definitely, if you can make it back, I would be more than happy to pay you for the information that you get.
What do you say, Lopan?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So you want to head down to that lower spot then?
Okay, I will head down.
I would prefer to go down to to the lowest spot possible that would be safe.
Okay.
Is it in the water?
Yeah, you're pretty much jumping into the water. Yeah, of the
Uh, what is the height?
Sorry, what's the question?
What's the eight? Height?
The height?
Height, yeah. Can we jump in the water safely?
Yeah, yeah. No, no. It's definitely there are definitely locations where you can jump into the water safely. There is no conflict on that. There's obviously areas where the people jump off to sacrifice themselves, like when they lose their loved ones and they're kind of doing that situation, which are higher up, and the water would hurt you if you hit. But you can tell there's definitely places you'd be able to jump into the water, be in the water, and you wouldn't take any damage falling into it.
I will do that then.
Okay.
Yes.
So you take the plunge over the last drop, and you don't take any damage. But the shock of hitting the water is a bit jarring because it's a lot colder than you expected. It's pretty freezing water. However, something unnatural is happening in this water, and it seems like you're able to swim and move very easily, even if you have armor or any kind of equipment on that would normally kind of cause you difficulty in the water.
I was wondering that because the I guess Frumpy is wearing armor.
Yeah. I'm good at this.
He must be very good at swimming. I ask him.
Yeah, and
I'm kind of curious what it is that's causing that.
It's probably something Umberly related.
so yeah, so swimming's very easy even in your armor. It seems that there's less pressure than there normally would be in normal water as well. So if you kind of don't feel like the water's, you know, is pressing down, if you kind of go down a bit, it doesn't seem like the water's pressing down on you as much as it normally would. It's more as if the water is almost embracing you and in a lovingly kind of bending to your will.
It's assisting us.
Yeah. If you put your head under though, you do notice though that you still do have to hold your breath.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like the only way we can do it is by actually taking a breath and just glidely flowing down where we need to be.
Okay. So you take in a deep breath and you start to go down. As mentioned, it seems pretty easy. It almost seems like the water's assisting you. And although the water off the last drop is very deep, it seems to go down about at least 120 feet. The area below you as you descend is lit by a glow coming from the sheer wall. You arrive at the bottom to see undisturbed sand. Lyrene and the
Where is
wealth.
the glow coming from?
It seems to be coming from the wall.
I'll be thinking, what the hell? Because I'm not going to try to talk.
Yeah, you can't talk down here.
Yeah.
But you do have a glow coming from the wall. There doesn't seem to be any wealth or Lyrene here. It just seems undisturbed sand. So contrary to what the myths and legends warned you about, there is also a distinct lack of corpses. You don't see a single corpse. The light in the area appears to be coming from a series of sigils that are carved into the sheer wall at the bottom of the last drop.
Could I do an Arcana check?
You can do an Arcana
I'm
check in
looking
the
at
tower,
it?
correct. Yep. You can also do, if someone wants to, they can also do a intelligence religion check in the dice tower. Okay, so Frumpy, basically you can tell that these sigils are similar to those used in the worship of Umberlee, but they're just slightly different than normal.
Okay.
Chrisley, you're able to basically tell that what these sigils probably do is if you touch these sigils, it probably triggers some other type of magical effect, although you're not able to tell exactly what that effect would be. Also, you also get the sense that these sigils are probably a source of light in the area because there would be no natural light down here as you get deeper, and that it may be these sigils that are also making it easier to swim easier.
Knowing what I know, I'm actually just gonna jump at it and touch one of the sigils gently.
Okay, so basically what happens is you go to touch one of the sigils, and the magical effect seems to end, and before the last of the light fades, basically you're able to see the rock face turn into a strange wall of translucent churning water, behind which appears to be a dry tunnel on the other side. Basically, a moment later, the churning water blasts out in a cone towards the three of you away from the tunnel. Everyone make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
You don't have to put that in the tower because he's let you know what the
Yeah,
DC
I
was.
just dragged it because it was right next to my sheet.
Yeah, you made it. Lopan?
Sorry?
Constitution saving throw.
Sorry, my wife was talking with me.
Okay. Okay. So you all get hit by this churning water, but you seem to it doesn't seem to affect you. It seems like you kind of toughen up and it hits you with some force, but you don't take any damage. So you continue to see that past that rock face is that translucent wall still, and you have the sense now that basically you might be able to get through that translucent wall now and pass through to the other side.
I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how long I can hold my breath, and I don't want to find out.
So as you get closer and closer to the wall, you begin to kind of doubt whether or not you're going to be able to pass through. And as you're passing through, do a charisma saving throw, please. You're looking for 10 on this as well. Uh, okay. So Chris Lee kind of takes advantage and just with full confidence bursts through this wall. Uh, Basically, Frumpy and Lopan kind of get close to the wall, and they seem to kind of be a bit worried about what's going to happen. But when they get to it, they pass through as well.
If they were going to be heads, I would have probably grabbed both of them and yanked them with me.
It's not really an obvious thing. It just seems like there's some kind of effect that's happening, and it kind of is almost like the water is testing your confidence as you pass through.
I'm thinking they made it easier on me because I'm already used to testing my confidence with magic to begin with.
But we make it through.
You are able to make it through. So basically, you arrive safely in the underwater entrance to what seems to be a tunnel system. At first, you hear nothing but the painfully loud echoing of dripping water. Then you hear a moaning sound from further up the passage.
I'll move forward, and it is it lit? Is there any? I can't remember if you just said that. Like the passage.
Is it dark? Is it dark down here, or is there any light source?
The grotto is lit by globes of magical green light.
Okay.
I'll
move.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll move towards the sound of the moaning.
Yep. So as you continue to move towards the sound of the moaning, the character, the three of you traverse the tunnel until it opens up into what seems to be a grotto. Though the passage also continues past, there appears to be no other way out of the grotto. Basically, it's rough and has uneven floors, making it traversing it a bit difficult. Most of the grotto is sunk 10 feet below the level of the corridor leading into it. A few areas of raised ground are even with the corridor. The far side of the grotto, on a raised area against the dripping wall, you see a half-elven form fitting the description of Lyrene. She is soaked and shivering and does not seem to be fully conscious. And I'm going to pull up a map here.
Well, at least she's alive.
So far.
So this is what this grotto seems to look like here. You're kind of coming into this this grotto where does everyone see it already?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So all of this water area is submerged 10 feet. And then you have the dotted line squares. Those are kind of slightly raised, and you can walk on those, but your feet are just a little bit in the water. And these ones that have full lines, those are raised platforms that, your feet are out of the water, and it's about like 5 feet up.
Okay. And we came in like from the top, or like that's the entrance? Okay. So that's where we are now.
You came in through the northeast there, and that's kind of where the magical wall was. And then you came into this area, you turned the corner, because that's where you heard the moaning to the south, and then you can see her across the grotto there.
Okay. So she's all the way across those platforms at the far end in the south. Or is she on the west side?
Sorry, I'm just getting on the map. The far side. So she's at the very far south here on this raised little platform down here.
Okay.
So you guys can pretty much move yourself to where you'd be going. If you're going through the water and you're kind of like swimming, it's 10 feet deep. So yeah, you're going to kind of have to swim. I'm going to consider that just difficult terrain, so it's going to take you twice as long to move.